Hi, I'm Todd Wente, and this is the Daily 180. 180 seconds of motivation and inspiration intended to help you take action and make progress in your life. This is episode 486 of the Daily 180, and we're going to conclude our conversation, or at least this part of our conversation, about collaborate, compete, by talking about them working together. I think the best competition happens when we collaborate. Or maybe the best way to say it, maybe another way to say it, is that I think some of the best collaborations happen when we collaborate for the purpose of competing. Let me see if I can explain a couple of things about why I say that and a couple of perspectives that maybe will help this be a little bit more clear. Two examples in my life I have experienced multiple times, but two kinds of examples that I've experienced are really easy to make this clear. The first one is in sports teams. When I was young, I used to play on t-ball and baseball teams. I loved my t-ball and baseball experiences. And part of the reason that I loved them so much was because I was not alone. I was with other people. As an only child, I always was looking for opportunities to be around other people. I became very comfortable being alone. I'm very jealous of my alone time, but I loved working with other people because other people had things, strengths, abilities, and the ability to interact with me in ways that I couldn't do with anybody else. It's really tough to play a game of catch by yourself. You need other people. And when the two of us get together, or when a group of us get together, and we all bring our best things together, then we compete at a much higher level. I would never be very good at baseball by myself, but I could play on some really good teams and I could contribute in a major way because I could focus on a small piece of the process and contribute meaningfully to the organization being much better. As a result, I've done that in several teams along the way. Another place that I've done this, and I do it all the time, is in theater. I do the best I can to get into a zone with giving my best focus, my best attention, all of the things that I can do to bring my best effort to a moment. And then when everybody else does the same, that the scene or the show that we are working on is elevated to a point where it has greater power, greater impact, and people appreciate it in a much different manner. I've had the opportunity to be part of that in many, many situations. And I will tell you that the best competing we do, if we look at competing as bringing out our very best, is when we collaborate with other people. I know that this sounds counterproductive. The assumption is that when you are collaborating, you are not competing internally. You're not competing with your collaborators, but instead, together, as you collaborate, as you build something bigger, it winds up being able to bring out more than any of you could do on your own. That's one of the big things that I would like to see more of in our lives. People working together, bringing their very, very best to solve problems that are bigger than all of us individually. So that rather than competing against each other, we compete against society's problems. We compete against the world's problems. We compete to move our species forward. I know it's kind of broad, maybe a little too philosophical for one of our daily 180s, but it is what's on my mind. I hope this has been useful for you. I hope you can use it with other people that you can talk to. Maybe it starts some other conversations that will be really cool. In the meantime, this has been the Daily 180. I hope you'll subscribe. I hope you'll encourage others to come along. And one way or another, we'll see you next time. Go forth and conquer.